Hi everybody, it's Professor Finley, and here we are, Thursday of week 5, and ready for our asynchronous Pilates mat workout. So today's workout is going to start out with a short cardio session. I know I didn't give you one on Tuesday, so if you're in an area where the air is okay and you feel like you would like a little cardio, I've got that there for you in the beginning, and then we'll proceed down to our mats for a nice Pilates workout. We're going to start standing on our mats, so grab your mat. Today's props will include your flex ball and your flex band, and as always, if you don't have those yet, all exercises can be done without them. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, here we go. Shoulders back, collarbones open, rib cage gently dropped. Engage your core, and here we go. Just that little light prance, articulating our feet into the floor for that nice kind of cushioned landing as we start to raise the core body temperature and get that heart rate up. Good, let's bring it up just a little bit. And once again, just a little bit faster. And once again, just a little bit faster as we sprint to the finish line, holding on to our posture, and of course, keep breathing. Good, guys, just tap it out a couple times. Let's go into some of our high knee marches. Ready, here we go, bringing those knees up, pumping those arms. Good, we're gonna double it out. Lift, 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 and lift, 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 lift. Back to singles. Back to doubles. Heel of the hand to the knee, just singles. Let's throw in some doubles. Knee, 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 and knee. Back to singles. Let's take the elbow to the knee. Throw in some doubles, double. Back to our singles. Let's kick our heels back. Hold on to those ribs. Let's tap it out. And take our parallel squat position, knees over toes. Feel that posture. Send the tailbone, sits bones back as you press into those heels. Collarbones open, strong neutral spine. Keep your knees on your side of your toes at all times. Let's take 3, 2, and we're gonna hold this last one in just little pulses. Deep into those heels. Chest open. Keep breathing. Good, keep pulsing. Good, come up to the rise. Take a little balance, find your stability. And tap it out. Slowly rotate. Take your foot closest to your screen and take a little backward lunge. And switch. And 3. And 4. We'll take 5 and 6, 7. We're going to hold this 8th one and we'll pulse. Keep the knee on your side of your toes. Going deep. Start to feel those quads, feel those glutes. little balance. Take your free leg and lunge it back. And switch. 3 and 4, 5, 6. We're going to hold the 8th one again. 7. Here we go. 8. Just little pulses. Feel that knee reach through the floor. Upper back strong. Starting to feel that little burn in the quads. Good, up to one leg. Take that little balance. Feel your stability. And then just tap it out. Little side toe taps. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 7. And 8. Let's take some jumping jacks. Keep breathing. Soft landings. Just a few more. Really starting to get the heart rate up now. Tap it out. Let's turn to face the side again. 2 sets of inchworms, 2 push-ups for each one. Nod your chin, roll down. Walk it out into your plank position. A little bit of scapular protraction as you push up. 1, 2. Walk back towards your feet. Soften those knees. Roll up. One more set only. Nod your chin, roll down. Walk it out. Lift those abs, squeeze those glutes. 1, 2. Walk it back. Knees soften. Roll up, tap it out. Bring the legs together. Extend the arms. Tiny circles. Bracing your center. Let's make them a little bigger. Put power in those arms, a little bigger. Now slow them down. And 2. And 3. And last one, 4. Extend the arms again. Tiny circles. Feel the strength of that core. Feel that compression. Make those circles slightly bigger. And a little bigger. And now slow them down. And 2. And 3. And 4. Good job, everybody. We'll go down to our mats next. All right, everybody. Coming down to our mats now. I've got my band kind of draped horizontally across my mat as we normally do. And we're going to come into our favorite neutral sitting position as we get started with our pre-warm-up. Okay? So as always, arms and hands just very relaxed on your thighs, on your knees, or on your shins. Take a moment just to close your eyes and tune your attention inward as we begin our little meditative body scan. Let's start by bringing our attention up to the crowns of our head, just detecting and noticing what we're feeling and experiencing in that region of the body. Noticing any tension, any stuck stress, gripping muscles, even any sensations of anxiety or worry. And we're just letting the muscles soften and relax, and we're letting any anxiety, any worry, any tension just melt away. Let's bring our awareness now around to the back of the head and those little muscles right at the base of your skull. Noticing and detecting any of that tension, gripping or clenching, and letting those muscles soften and completely release. Coming around now to the muscles of the face, our forehead, muscles around our eyes, our cheeks, and our jaw. Detecting any clenching in the jaw muscles, tightness in the cheeks, any squinting around the eyes, any worry in the forehead. Just letting those muscles melt and release. Let's come down now to the muscles of the neck. See if we're noticing any neck strain today. Whatever you're noticing, just let those muscles soften and release. If it helps to take a little head roll to relieve some of that tension, go ahead and do so. Let's bring our awareness now to the muscles right at the base of the neck and all of the muscles surrounding the shoulders. If you're sensing any stiffness or any gripping or tension in those muscles, just let them soften and release. If it helps to take a little shoulder roll, rolling those shoulders up and back and down to open up the chest, go ahead and do so. Let's travel around now to the back of our spines, all those little muscles that run all the way from the back of your neck down to your tailbone. If you're sensing any gripping in the upper back or lower back, or even the shoulder blades, they may have that feeling that they're kind of creeping up the back of the rib cage with some tension. Let those muscles drop and release. And now we'll come around to the front of the body and the muscles of the chest and the abdomen. Right? If you're noticing any gripping in the chest muscles, any hunching of those shoulders, go ahead and let the chest muscles open. Let the belly muscles soften. Let's come down now to the muscles surrounding our hips. So we're feeling our hip flexors and our gluteal muscles. Really try to relax your legs as much as possible. Don't feel like you're using your hip muscles to hold your legs in a position. Just let those legs soften. Let the hip muscles release. Make sure there's no tension in your arms, and once again, no gripping in those fingers. And now we're just going to take a moment to really feel grounded. I want you to really let the weight of your body melt into the floor. And I really want you to feel the floor taking in the weight of your body, just nice and heavy. And now we'll take a moment just to appreciate feeling very grounded and feeling very present, both physically and mentally. Now let's take our attention just to our natural breathing, seeing where we're putting our breath today. Is it going deep into the lungs? Does it feel more shallow? Does it feel more restricted? And now let's take our breathing, starting with that nice, deep inhale breath, pressing the air down very, very deep into the base of the lungs. And then today, try to take even just a little bit more air in and hold that breath for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just exhale it all the way back out. And then today, see if you can squeeze a little bit more air out so you've completely emptied those lungs. Once again, inhale through the nose. We're going into our belly breath this time. Press that air down. Let the belly inflate nice and big, and hold that breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then make that shushing sound through your teeth and feel the belly completely deflate. Imagine your belly button connecting to your spine. Another big diaphragmatic inhale breath through the nose. The air goes deep. The air presses out. The belly expands, and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then once again, pressing that air out, flattening the abdominal wall, and we'll keep it flat this time as we inhale through the nose, going into our lateral breath, feeling that air expand through the backs and sides of the rib cage. Holding that breath for a count of 5, no tension in the neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blowing through your imaginary straw to expel that air out, and starting to feel that shrinking sensation in the waist, that transversus abdominis muscle activating. Inhale through the nose, nice and big through the sides and back of the rib cage. Really get that sense of expansion. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through those pursed lips, activating and narrowing the transversus abdominis, and now getting that slight lift to the pelvic floor, feeling the tailbone, the sits bone, and the pubic bone gently come together and very slightly lift. Once again, going into the lateral inhale breath in through the towards the clavicles and rounding the back of the head, the cervical spine, and the upper thoracic spine over your leg position. Take another inhale breath, breathing into the upper back, feeling the scapula protract around the back of the rib cage. And then exhale through that imaginary straw, engaging the transversus abdominis and the pelvic floor. Once again, inhale, feeling the upper back stretch and open. Exhale, rolling and stacking the spine, one vertebrae at a time, right up that imaginary wall until you're sitting nice and tall, very neutral. And then we'll go ahead and open the eyes. Inhale, tilt the head over to the right, just nice and heavy, getting a gentle stretch. Exhale to rotate the cervical spine and the skull all the way around, and we'll take that again. And now we're adding the upper thoracic spine and the shoulders all the way around. Continuing to breathe, inhaling and exhaling to release any tension. Taking the entire thoracic spine, the cervical spine, and the skull all the way around. Releasing tension through the rib cage and the spine. And let's come around once again. And flex the thoracic spine forward and roll and stack it back to neutral. Going in the opposite direction, head heavy over to the left. And then just gently circle. And again. And adding the upper thoracic. As you come around the back, kind of feel the chest open, get that nice expansion through the front of the body. And then we go through the rib cage. As you come around the back, think about sending the sternum and the throat and the face and the eyes up towards the ceiling. And let's come around once again. And flex forward and roll and stack up. Inhale, bringing the shoulders, elevating the shoulders up towards the ears. As we exhale, we go into scapular retraction, depression, and protraction. Inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling, really feeling the range of motion in the shoulders. Inhale, we go back into elevation. Exhale, we pull the shoulders forward into protraction, down into depression, and back into retraction. And circle them again. And just one more. Good, everybody. We're going to reach for the ends of our band that we're sitting on. Hold those arms out away from the torso at about that 45-degree angle. Take your inhale breath. As you exhale, stabilize through the transversus abdominis pelvic floor and send those arms up, sending the scapula into upward rotation. And then inhale, we go into downward rotation. And reaching, really feel the stability of the core, which is enabling you to move those arms very powerfully and very freely without letting the rib cage flare or splay forward. And reaching, trying to keep that tension out of the neck muscles. Easy neck, putting the power in the armpit muscles, in the upper back. Good, and let's take 4 more. And 3 more. And final 2 today. And last one. And come through. Let's come off of our bands, everybody. And wrap the band around the bottom third of your rib cage, bottom third of your thoracic spine. Let's cross the ends and hold the ends out of the index finger, thumb side of the fist. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, we're laterally rotating the humerus. That's that upper arm bone in the shoulder girdle. And we go 2 and 3 and 4. And let's take 5 and 6 and 7. 7, starting to get that little sensation right behind the shoulders. And final 2. And last 1. And now we'll uncross the ends of our bands, continuing to hold the ends out of the index finger, thumb into flexion and extension. Take an inhale breath to prepare. Exhale, stabilize the core. Pull that band forward as you flex the thoracic spine. Big inhale breath to open those arms very wide as if you're pulling through the side walls of the room you're in, and let the band release behind you as you send the sternum, the throat, and the eyes up to the ceiling, and then pull forward once again and return to your neutral position. So we exhale to flex, we inhale to extend, exhale to flex, inhale to come back to neutral, feeling the strength in those arms, the power in the upper back. And forward and return. Let's take one more and feel that nice stretch to the chest and the front of the body, and forward and come back. Good, everybody. Bring that band right around to the front of your body, and let's hold it up over our heads, ends coming out of the pinky finger. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, we go straight up first, and then start to pull that right fist down, sending the left fist up towards the ceiling, sending the spine into lateral flexion, and return. And 2, let's let that band pass right in front of our forehead each time, really trying to get that nice stretch through the side of the rib cage each time. Up and over, and return. And up and over. Now let's let the band pass right behind the head. It's going to feel a little bit more expansive. You're going to get a little more stretch through the armpit. It's going to be a little more challenging to hold on to the stability of the rib cage. All right, so it's a nice stretch, but a little more challenge. And pulling. Good, everybody. Arms are up, and we're pulling the fists apart and returning. And 2, lots of power in the upper backs, and 3, and pulling that band 4, and 5, good, really making those latissimus muscles kick in, those armpit muscles, pulling those fists down and apart, and reach, and let's take 2 more, and let's take 1 more. And now just pull the band forward. We're going to go into spinal rotation. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lengthen the crown of your head away from your tailbone. Start pulling that right fist back. We're going to look behind our right shoulder and return. Lifting and lengthening, pulling that left fist back and return. And right and return. Fist just a little bit lower than the height of your shoulders. Right, so we can keep tension out of the upper traps, upper trapezius muscles, and rotating, and rotating, and rotating, and we're just like 1 more, and rotating, and come back. Excellent, everybody. Drape your band across your lap. Let's turn to face side. Get our legs and feet in Pilates stance, which as we know is just slightly on the inside of the hips, right? Right underneath the sits bones. Right hand to the back of your right thigh, left hand to the back of your left thigh. Draw yourself right up on those sits bones. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, feel the pelvis spin back to start that articulation. Walking the hands along the back of the thigh. Pressing the belly button deep as you go through your imprint, and then rolling all the way into your supine position. Walking your heels in towards your sits bones, and just starting to settle into that nice neutral spine position. Let's do a little body scan to really make sure that we truly are in neutral before we go on. Starting to feel that sense of heaviness and connection through the back of the skull. A majority of your weight resting behind the bridge of your nose. Let's travel down now to the back of the neck, the cervical spine, and those 7 little vertebrae that make up the cervical spine are gently arched and lifted away from the mat underneath you, forming a concave curve to the back side of the body. Traveling down now to the thoracic spine, right? And the back of the rib cage. Noting that those 12 vertebrae that make up your thoracic spine are feeling very weighted down into your mat because the thoracic spine forms a convex curve to the back side of the body. Traveling down now to your low back, your lumbar spine, right? And just feeling those 5 vertebrae that make up your lumbar spine gently arched away from the mat underneath you, because we know that the lumbar spine forms a concave curve to the back side of the body. Traveling down now to the back of the pelvis and the 5 fused vertebrae that make up your sacrum and the 4 vertebrae that make up your coccyx. And just noting that that part of the spine makes another convex curve to the back side of the body. So we have that beautiful wave-like pattern all the way down the spine. Your arms should be resting nice and heavy, no tension. Your clavicles and your scapula should feel nice and wide and open, right? And the front of your rib cage is just gently heavy, feeling nice and flat against your abdominal wall. Let's all take a big inhale breath, filling up the sides and back of the rib cage, very lateral breath. As you exhale, engage your transversus abdominis in your pelvic floor, finding that strength, finding that stability. Inhale breath, sending the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Keep the clavicles nice and wide. Feel the back of your scapula, right? Down into your mat. Exhaling, finding the strength with the deep core stabilizers and sending and extending those arms up over your head, reaching to the wall behind you. Inhale, float those fingers back up. Exhale, float them all the way back down to your mat, right by your hips. Again, inhale, send them up. Exhale, reach up and over, reaching for that wall behind you. Inhale, float the arms up. And exhale, bring them back down. Let's do that just one more time today. Inhale. Exhale, the back of the thoracic spine stays heavy. Inhale. And exhale, float those arms down. Okay, now with that same level of stability through the thoracic spine, go ahead and hold, pick up your band. Ends will be coming out of the pinky finger side of your fist, right? A little bit wider than the mat underneath you. We're going to go into some arm scissors with our band. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, feeling that stability. Stretch that band diagonally across your body, reaching the right arm up over your head and lowering the left. And then up. And then just keep switching. Feeling the stability. Kind of go at your own pace a little bit. Use your breath pattern to find the stability in the core. Transversus abdominis, pelvic floor, to avoid any shifting, to avoid any rocking side to side. And just pulling that band powerfully. Let's do a couple more today. Feeling the strength in the arms against the stability of the core. Let's take one more rep with each arm. And then send the fists right back up to the ceiling. And now let's pull those fists right out to the side. And stretching the band right across the chest, right below the sternum each time, not too high. Again, we want to avoid building any tension in those neck muscles. And reaching. Really feel those fists pull in opposition to each other. And let's take 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. Send the fists up. And then just let the band come right across your lap. Bring your arms back down to your sides. Take an inhale breath, really feeling the neutral spine position. Exhale breath, engaging transversus abdominis, pelvic floor. Take an inhale breath once again. Let's find imprint as we exhale this time. Contracting your abdominals and pressing the lumbar vertebrae gently into your mat. Inhale, hold on to that imprint. Exhale, release back to neutral. Let's take that one more time before we start using that. Inhale. Exhale, contracting the abdominals, pressing into imprint. Inhale, just really feeling the strength of the imprint, very hollow belly. And then exhale, return to neutral. Let's take a pelvic curl up into a bridge position this time. Starting with the inhale. Exhale, contracting the abdominals, and then actively squeeze your glutes so that they are part of the equation. And then peel your coccyx, your sacrum, your lumbar spine, your low thoracic, mid-thoracic, right, all the way up to your shoulders. So your weight is resting right behind two very strong shoulders. Inhale, hold this bridge position, and then exhale, soften through the back of the rib cage. And just let one vertebrae at a time come into your mat through imprint and back to neutral. We're going to take a few more today. Inhale. Exhale, contracting the abdominals, squeezing the glutes, and rolling up to bridge. Inhale, pressing the backs of your shoulders down into your mat, lifting those hips. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the pelvis under, rolling up to bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale. Exhale. Don't forget the glutes each time. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Inhale, reaching those knees away from your shoulders. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhaling and exhaling up. Inhale, make sure that the rib cage is still gently heavy. Exhale, rolling back down. Go ahead and pick your right foot, peel your right foot up to tabletop, and then I want you to turn that right leg out so your knee is pointing out to the side. And I want you to rest the outside of your heel right across your left thigh. So you've made a little kind of triangle position with the right leg against your left thigh. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, contract the abdominals, squeeze the glutes, keep the leg in that position, and roll up to the top. Inhale, feeling that increased challenge in this position, and then exhale, rolling back down. Just a couple more. Inhale, exhale, think abdominals, glutes on both sides, and roll up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll back down. Once again, inhale and exhale, scooping up. Inhale, hips are nice and high. Exhale, rolling back down. You can release the right leg back to tabletop and then bring it back to your mat. And now the left leg comes up to tabletop, and you want to laterally rotate it or turn it out and rest the outside of that left heel right across the top of your right thigh. Inhale, exhale, really contract the abdominals, feel those glutes, roll up to that one-legged bridge. Inhale at the top, exhale to roll back down. Inhale and exhale, scooping up, no tension in the neck. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. Let's take one more. Inhale and exhale to scoop up. We inhale, those hips are nice and high, and exhale, roll back down. And now you can release that left leg back to tabletop and bring that left foot back to your mat. Take an inhale breath, gently nod your chin towards your collarbones and bring the gaze of your eyes right to your belly button without lifting the head. And then exhale, bring the cervical spine back to neutral. So we're going to inhale and create a little bit of flexion in the cervical spine. And then exhale, come back to neutral. One more time, inhaling to nod the chin and exhaling to return. Let's use that to get into a chest lift, low curl. Inhale, nod your chin. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips, and then exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, nod your chin. Exhale, peel up. Inhale, continuing to reach. Exhale, rolling down. Let's do one more time. Nodding your chin. Keep your lumbar spine neutral as you curl up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down. Let's go on this time. Nod your chin and peel up. Flip the palms of your hands up to face the ceiling. Sweep your arms out to the side. Bring your fingertips to the back of your head. And then exhale. exhale, roll back down. Making sure that you're truly cradling the back of your head in your hands, in your fingers, and your elbows are lifted, and you can see those elbow points right out of your peripheral vision. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, nod your chin, lower your eyes, roll up, and inhale, roll back. And 2. Let's do a set of 20 today. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Keep the technique strong. And 8, neutral spine. 9, see those elbows. 10, let's keep going, guys. We'll go 10, and 9, nod the chin each time, lower the eyes each time. And 7, and 6, and let's do 5 more. And 4, really peeling those shoulder blades from the mat. And 2 more. And 1 more. Nod your chin, curl up. Rotate your sternum towards your right femur. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale breath, pass the sternum through center and then over to the left femur and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling to return to center, exhaling to roll back down. Release the fingers from behind your head. Arms just rest nice and heavy by your sides. Take an inhale breath, breathing into the belly. Belly expands. Exhale breath, belly falls right towards the spine. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly deflates. All right, everybody. Roll to your side. Come on up. We're just going to go right into our prone position to start the posterior chain warm-up. Arms are in the goalpost position. Legs are lengthened behind you. Your forehead is resting on your mat. You've got a little bit of downward pressure through the palms of your hands and your forearms to create a sense of strength and activity in the upper back. Your belly button is pulled up and away from your mat, creating that co-contraction, right? Where we use opposing muscle groups. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, try to pull the crown of your head away from your toes, creating a little bit more length in your entire body. Press down through your palms and your forearms and come up into thoracic extension. Inhale, hold. Exhale, articulate back down until your forehead touches your mat. Inhale. Exhale, lengthening and pressing up. Inhale, not too much cervical extension. Exhale, rolling back down. Let's keep that co-contraction going as we inhale. Exhale, pressing up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back down one more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, try to open the chest just a little bit more. Exhale, rolling back down. Sending the arms long right down the side of the body with the palms gently pressing in to the sides of your thighs. Make sure your collarbones are open, your scapula are slightly retracted, and the front of your shoulders are lifted up and away from your mat. You still have your forehead on the mat as you inhale to lengthen and come up. Exhale to roll back down. Inhale, lengthening and up. Exhale, rolling down. And reaching up. And rolling down. Let's take 5 more. And we'll roll down. And 4 more. Keep the technique going. And 3 more. And all the way down. And 2 more. Upper back stays active. All the way down. And 1 more. Now we're going to add some rotation, everybody. You're going to start to lengthen and come up through center, but then you're going to turn your sternum. Let's go away from our screen to start, and then back through the center and roll back down. Lengthening, and then chest coming towards our screens. Lengthening through center, pressing back down. Lengthening, sending the sternum away from the screen, lengthening through center and pressing back down. Pull the head away from the toes, come up through center, Rotate the sternum towards your screen. Lengthen through center and press back down. One more rep to each side, away from the screen, and lengthen down, and then towards the screen, and lengthen to come down. Go ahead, everybody, and stack your fingers right underneath your forehead, right? And I'm gonna have you separate your legs just a little bit wider than your mat, and I'm gonna have you turn your legs out, so rotate those thighs open. Okay, you're going to really kind of almost double down on your co-contraction. Lift your belly buttons up and away from your mat. And now I want you to push the front of your pelvis, right? Your two hip bones and your pubic bone, they kind of press down into your mat a bit. You're going to feel your glutes activate when you do this. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, really activate your right glute. Lengthen your big toe away from your hip socket and slightly lift that right leg up and away from your mat, keeping the front of the pelvis pressed down as you inhale, and then exhale, release that right leg back down to your mat. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, really activate your left glute. Lengthen your left big toe away from the hip socket as you gently lift that left leg up off your mat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, float back down. Let's do right side again. Inhaling, exhaling to activate that right glute. The front of the pelvis presses down as that right leg lengthens and lifts. Inhale, hold. Exhale, float back down. Inhaling, exhaling, pressing the front of the pelvis down, lengthening and lifting that left leg. Inhale, see if you can get it a little bit longer. Exhale, floating it back down. Both legs together. Inhale. Exhale, activate both glutes. Pull the big toes away from the hip sockets. Lengthen and lift those legs. Inhale, continue to feel your co-contraction. Exhale, float back down. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, lengthen the legs and lift them. Inhale at the top. Exhale, float them back down. We're going to add a little hover spine this time. Inhale. As you exhale, belly button goes up, front of the pelvis pushes down, legs lengthen and lift, and just lift your chest and your face and your fingers just about an inch away from your mat as you inhale. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, last one, everybody. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, lengthen and lift the legs, and slight hover spine. Inhale, hold. Exhale, float back down. Bring your legs together, guys. Slide your hands right underneath your shoulders, bend your knees, and push yourselves back into your shell stretch. Take a nice inhale breath, really open up those spinal muscles, and then exhale, roll and stack your spine all the way to the top. Great warm up, everybody. All right, everybody, let's continue on. If you do have a flex ball, go ahead and grab it, and we'll use it for the 100 today. So we're going to start with a sequence of exercises. We're going to start with the 100, choosing whatever leg options you like to do today. Then we're going out, we're directly after the 100. I'm going to bring everybody back to tabletop, and we're going to go into a set of 10 chest lift high curl right at the end. Option to bring your fingertips to the back of the head to support the neck if you need to. Then we'll put the ball off to the side. We're going to learn a modification for leg circles today, new modification for leg circles, and then we're going to go directly into a short set of shoulder bridge. All right, so I'm going to talk you through all of that, but that's the sequencing. We know all three of those exercises. All right, so to get into our 100, right, if you've got a ball, go ahead and place it between your knees. Give that ball a little bit of a squeeze. Get into your Pilates stance right up on top of those sits bones. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, scooping the pelvis back. Feel how deep you can get that belly button as you articulate your spine all the way back into your supine position, then draw your heels in. Take another inhale breath. As you exhale, contract your abdominals, press into a nice deep imprint position, and then bring your legs up to tabletop. Beautiful looking tabletop. Re-imprint your spine. Give it a little bit more determination. Hollow out that belly. Relax your shoulders. And here we go. We're going to take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we nod the chin. Drop the eyes towards the belly button and roll up. Nice and high now. Really lift the upper back off your mat. Get your arms going. They should be going with strength. And here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Snip, 2, 3, 4, 5, and puff. 2, 3, 4, 20. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 30. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 40. Squeeze that ball. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 50. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go out. 2, 3, 4, 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 100. Come back to tabletop. Option to bring your fingers to the back of the head. Exhale, chest comes towards the thighs. Inhale, release an inch. And 2, not a lot of release. 3, just a tiny bit. And 4, and 5. Really feel the thoracic spine come off of your mat. 6, getting close. 7, belly button pressing down. 8, 2 more. 9, last one. 10. Roll all the way back. If you had a ball, place it off to the side. Hug your knees in towards your chest and just rock side to side a couple of times. Releasing the spine. Come back to center. Lower your right foot and then your left foot, and then just slide your right leg out and slide your left leg out. Right? Sweep your arms out to the side. We're going to do palms facing down today. So we get a little bit of that security and sensation through the back of the shoulders and the upper arms. Really press the back of your left thigh into the mat underneath you. Start to bend that right knee and drag your right big toe right up your mat. Leg comes through tabletop. Extend the big toe towards the ceiling. Now I want you to flex the foot today. Pull the toes towards you and reach your heel up through your ceiling. Take an inhale breath and cross that heel over the midline of your body over to the left. As you exhale, circle your heel down, over to the right, and up. Inhale to cross, exhale to circle up. Inhale to cross, exhale to circle up. One more time. Inhale to cross, exhale to circle up. Opposite direction. Inhale, open that heel to the right. Exhale, send it down across the body and up. And 2, feel the power in your heel as you circle. And 3, and circle. And 1 more. 4, and circle. Now point your right toe, articulate it back to a pointed toe. Bring it through tabletop. Tap your right toe to the mat and slide your right leg right along the mat, and then kind of press down through the back of your right thigh as you bend that left knee, dragging that left big toe right up your mat through tabletop, extending the big toe towards the ceiling, and then flex that left foot. Pull the toes back towards your body and send your heel upward, really feeling that strength. Remember, this is all core stability. So as you inhale and take that left heel over to the right side, your hips and the backs of your shoulders are pressing evenly down through your mat. And then we exhale, swiftly circle that heel down, side, and up. And again, 2, and 3, and 4. Opposite direction. Inhale to open the left heel out to the left. Exhale, circle it down, across to the right and up. And 2, complete pelvic stability. And 3, and 4. Articulate that left foot back to a pointed toe, bend it through tabletop, tap it to your mat, and slide it out along your mat. Pull your arms back in, down by your sides, palms facing down, and then just slide the right heel in and then the left heel in to come into your Pilates stance. Sit bone distance apart. Into shoulder bridge. We're going to do 7 kicks in shoulder bridge today. 7 kicks or 7 mas, right? We've done 3 and we've done 5. So we'll add a little challenge today. Take an inhale breath. Remember, to get into shoulder bridge, we do not articulate the spine. We stay at neutral, squeeze the glutes, and just simply lift the hips up into our shoulder bridge. Feeling the strength through the backs of your arms, really feeling that bridge position. Push down through your left foot. Release your right leg through tabletop and extend it up to the ceiling. Hips are high, ribs are down. We flex to lower the foot, lift and point the toe. And 2, and lift, and 3, and lift, and 4, and lift. We've got 3 more today. And 2 more. And 1 more. Bring that right leg back to tabletop. Articulate the right foot into your mat. Press down through the sole of your right foot to now release the left leg through tabletop. Extend that left big toe to the ceiling. 7 kicks, flexing to lower, lifting to point. And 2. Let's exhale and inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. Bend that left leg through tabletop. Articulate the left foot into your mat. Right leg once again through tabletop. Extend it up. Here we go. 7. Exhaling. Inhaling. So stable through the core. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Right leg comes through tabletop. Articulate the foot into the mat. Release the leg. Left leg, and here we go. 1 and 2. Keep those hips up. 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Bring that left leg through tabletop. Articulate that left foot into your mat. Take an inhale breath. Just really feel the knees reach out over your toes in this bridge position. And then exhale. Set those hips down. Hug your knees one more time in towards your chest. Just getting a little release to the glutes and hamstrings. And then we're going to roll to our sides and come on up. All right, for this next series, these are 3 exercises that we've done before, starting with the half roll back, going into obliques roll back, and going into roll up. What we're going to do today is use our props and incorporate our props into this exercise to just make it a little bit more challenging, adding some modifications. So if you've got your ball and your band, be ready to use both of those for this next series. We're going to start with the half roll back. So let's all turn and face this direction, and let's start by using the flex ball, all right? Important when you're doing any kind of arm hand work with your flex ball, you want to be holding it in the palms of your hands rather than your fingers. The idea of using the ball in this type of exercise is to build a little bit of strength through the chest and through the upper back, right? So the palms of the hands are going to do that. Okay, so I'm in Pilates stance, legs and feet are sit bone distance apart, knees pointed straight up, toes pointed straight forward, and I'm actually on my sits bones, right, for this. And my spine is in a C-curve position, all right? Even though I'm reaching my ball and reaching my fingers forward to the wall in front of me, my shoulders are gently pulled down. Little bit of scapular depression, right? We know that, okay? We're gonna take an inhale breath to prepare. As we exhale, we wanna spin the pelvis back, pull the belly button down through the spine towards the floor, and roll off of our sits bones, just right about to the bottom part of the sacrum, right? And then up and over. And we're just gonna do a few like that to start building a little bit of that lumbar flexion before we go on and add our modification. I'm feeling a little bit of pressure into the palms of my hands. Just that little bit of pressure. And reaching. Good. And reaching. Now we're going to add a little modification. So we're going to pull back, grab the ball with your right hand and make a circle, and then both hands. Left arm, circle. Both hands. Stay in that half roll back position. Circle. Both hands. Circle. Both hands. And now we're going to rock back to our start position. And then we're going to scoop the hips under and roll back. Let's start with the left hand this time. Making a circle with that left arm. Energetic circle with the right arm. And left arm. And right arm. And then rock forward into your start position. Scoop the hips under. Roll back again. Right arm starting this time. Circle. And left. And right. And left. And come back. This will be our last set, everybody. Pull that belly button down. Circle that left arm. and then the right arm, and then the left arm, and then the right arm, and scoop up and over. Now I'm going to have you roll and stack your spine up nice and straight, very neutral position, and we're going to go into obliques, roll back. So we're going to scoop the pelvis under, start to roll back, and then grab the ball with the right hand and rotate and reach that ball behind you. And then left hand, reach. And then right hand, reach. And then roll and stack up to the top. Pull the pelvis back, pull the belly button back, grab with your left hand this time, and reach. And reach. And reach. And roll and stack. Pull the pelvis back, pull the belly button back. Let's go back to the right rotation. And left. And right. And roll and stack. Belly button pulls back. Last set, left. And right. And left. And roll and stack. Okay, good. Going into roll up now, right? Ball goes away for a moment. Take your flex band. And I want you to hook it around the arches of your feet, right? And legs are going to be out in front of you, just about hip distance apart, right? So less than your shoulders, all right? What I like to do for this one is kind of wrap the band around my hand. You can see I'm kind of doing that, scooping around. I don't have to grip quite as hard with my fingers when I do this because my hand is kind of holding the band as well, okay? So we're tall on top of those sits bones. We take an inhale breath. Exhale, spin the pelvis back and roll all the way back. Your arms are lengthened down by your sides, all right? You're going to take an inhale breath to prepare. On your exhale breath, quickly nod your chin, lower your eyes, and use that band to curl you up, and then press your fists behind you. Your belly button is pressed back. Your body is flexed over your thighs. You're going to do 3 tricep curls. 1, triceps go 2, triceps go 3. Roll and stack your spine up to the top. Scoop your hips under and go into a little half roll back, and now you're going to do 3 bicep curls. Bicep curls 1, bicep curls 2, bicep curls 3. Roll and stack, scoop your hips under, and roll all the way back. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, nod your chin, lower your eyes. Use that band to pull you up and over. Triceps for 3, and 1, and 2. Really reaching those arms back. 3. Roll and stack your spine. Scoop your hips under, come into a half roll back. Bicep curls, 1, and 2, and 3. Roll and stack your spine right onto those sits bones, and then scoop the pelvis under and roll all the way back. Let's take that again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, nod your chin, scoop those belly buttons back, and pull that band behind you. Triceps for 3, and 2. Really punch those fists back. 1. Roll and stack your spine up to the top. Pull the pelvis under. Bicep curls. 1, and 2, and 3. Roll and stack the spine. Scoop the hips under and roll back. Let's take one more set, everybody. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Pull those fists behind. And reach. Punch the wall behind you. 1. Punch it again. 2. Punch it again. 3. Roll and stack. Pelvis scoops under. 3 bicep curls. 1. And 2. And 3. Roll and stack. And scoop the hips under. And roll all the way back. Release your legs out of the band very carefully, guys. Don't let it snap towards you. Just slowly bend those knees and release yourself out of that band. And let's roll to the side and come on up. Okay, we're going to go into a little side lying series right now, going into some clamshells. So let's go ahead, since we've got our bands right here, let's go ahead and tie our knees into our band, right by the crease of the knees. And I always recommend tying a bow rather than a knot, because the bow is so much easier to release at the end. So I'm just tying a nice little bow there, right? Really getting that band to the crease of the knees. You may need to adjust it. Let's all go on to our left side. right? And you really want to make sure your spine is neutral for clamshells. There can be a tendency to kind of scoop the pelvis under, almost like you're lying in the fetal position. So you really want to lengthen the tailbone and the sits bones away from the crown of the head and really imagine that nice neutral spine position, okay? My knees are pointing forward. My thighs are forming about a 90-degree angle to my torso, but I pulled my big toes back right underneath my sits bones, right underneath my tailbone. And you can choose this arm position, either elbows straight or bent. Your choice. Hand resting right in front of the rib cage. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, pull that top knee up. Maximize that position and then squeeze. And 2, and in, and 3. Big toes stay together, and 4. If you feel like your pelvis might be kind of shifting back as you lift the knee, you can go ahead and bring that top hand to the pelvis and just ensure, right, that the pelvis is staying very neutral and very still as you pull that knee up. And reach. Let's take 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it at the top, and you're going to kind of pulse your knee back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring those thighs together. Flex your feet now, and keep your heels together, and pull that top knee up. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 2 more, 9, hold this 10th one at the top. Take a little inhale, exhale, pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and inner thighs come together. Pull your knees back slightly, everybody. Come right up on to your left elbow. Bring your top hand to the top of your thigh and get that sense of engaging the shoulder girdle muscles by pushing the elbow down through your mat. Keep your skull in line with your cervical spine. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, just lift those hips up and then press them down. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, little side planks, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and we're going to hold this 10th one up. Make sure you're pressing down through that elbow, holding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, one more set, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set that hip down. Good, guys. Just take your legs, swing them on over to the other side, and get into your sideline clamshell position. Okay? Ensure that you have that nice neutral spine, right? Your legs are stacked. Make sure that top leg is stacked exactly on top of that bottom leg. Thighs are forming that 90-degree angle to your torso. Toes are pulled back. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lift that top knee. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. We're going to hold this 10th one. Take an inhale. Let's exhale, pulse. 2, 3, 4. Those hips don't move. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Flex your feet and keep your heels together. Lifting that top thigh. 1, and 2, and 3. No movement in that pelvis. 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to hold this 10th one, and we pulse that knee back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inner thighs come together. Sliding my knees back, sending my toes behind me. Coming up to now my right elbow. Left hand right on the top of the pelvis. Line the cervical spine up. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, lift, release, and 2. Working those obliques. 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9, and we'll hold this 10th one. We're holding it for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale and exhale to release. Bring your legs around to the front, guys. Just kind of hug forward. Just getting a little release. And just take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then come on up. Good, everybody. Let's take ourselves out of our band. And we've got one more exercise for today's workout. Okay, last exercise, breaststroke. Breaststroke is a spinal extensor exercise that utilizes the 2 spine positions that we do in the warm-up, hover spine and thoracic extension, all right? So, on our stomachs for breaststroke, prone position as we know, my legs are separated about as wide as my mat and they're turned out. I'm going to start with my arms in the goalpost position. And we've done this exercise before. We haven't done it for a while, but we've done it before. So you can kind of just do it along with me. All right? So you're in your goalpost position. You're feeling active in your upper backs just like we do in the warm-up. You're feeling your co-contraction. You're going to take an inhale breath. As you exhale, you're going to lift your forehead and chest about an inch away from your mat and extend both arms, reaching towards the wall in front of you. Then you're going to take an inhale breath. Sweep those arms open and back towards your hips as you come into thoracic extension. Take an inhale breath. Lower the body, lower the forehead. Come back into hover spine position as you reach those arms. Inhale. Come up into thoracic extension. Circle those arms behind you. And we exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Go all the way to hover. And come all the way up. All the way to hover. All the way up. Let's do 3 more. 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more. To get out of it, we just lower the torso down. Bring the arms back to goalpost position. Slide the legs towards each other. And then slide the hands right in front of your shoulders. Bend your knees, start to push yourselves back into shell stretch. Belly button scooped up and away from the thighs. Inhaling, exhaling to roll up. Good, everybody. Just come back to your favorite neutral sitting position that you found in the beginning of class. Whatever that is for your body. All right, just bring your spine back to neutral. Good. Now let's just take the head gently over to the right. Let that head hang heavy. Reach the heel of that left hand away from your shoulder, away from your earlobe. Take a couple of little wrist circles, releasing any accumulated tension in the neck or in the upper traps. And then circle that wrist forward a couple of times. And then just reach the heel of the hand away from that earlobe. And come back to neutral. And take the head to the opposite side. Reach the heel of the hand away from that earlobe. And then circle that wrist back. And circle forward. Reach the heel of the hand once again away from the earlobe. Come back up. Take a nice big inhale breath. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale. exhale, release. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much. Continue to take care, and I'll see you next week.